Imagine two teenagers, brilliant beyond belief, walking the streets of Chicago in 1924, plotting not theft, not revenge, but murder for the sheer thrill of it. They believed they could commit the perfect crime, a murder so flawless that no one would ever catch them. But genius alone cannot outsmart human error, and arrogance can be fatal. This is the story of Nathan Leopold and Richard Loeb, two young men who tried to prove they were above the law and paid a terrifying price for it. Chicago was a city of extremes, wealth and poverty side by side, booming industry and hidden crime. Families like Leopold's and Loeb's lived in comfort, shielded from consequence. They were educated, privileged, and full of ambition, but also arrogance. Leopold, a child prodigy fluent in multiple languages, believed intelligence was destiny. Loeb, younger and charismatic, was obsessed with detective stories and the thrill of outsmarting society. Together, they were unstoppable, or so they thought. The city itself almost becomes a character. The streets, the alleys, the university halls where their ideas formed, and the neighborhoods where they walked freely without suspicion. Nathan Leopold's intellect was extraordinary. He memorized entire books, studied law at the University of Chicago, and spoke multiple languages. But brilliance without humility can be dangerous. He saw himself as beyond morality. Richard Loeb, charming and bold, was the perfect complement. He loved crime novels, thrilling games of strategy, and the idea of committing a crime that would be remembered. Together, they formed a partnership built on ego, curiosity, and philosophical obsession, especially the idea of Nietzsche's Superman, the belief that extraordinary individuals could exist outside the law. They began testing ideas and planning secret scenarios, imagining crimes in the abstract. Soon, theory became obsession. They didn't want robbery or revenge. They wanted a crime that would test their intellect. A crime so flawless it could not be traced. They decided it must be motiveless, random, perfectly calculated. They spent months planning, discussing every step, analyzing maps, rehearsing alibis, and imagining every possible scenario. Their goal: to commit a murder that would baffle the police and impress the world. But arrogance blinded them to one critical truth: perfection is an illusion. May 21st, 1924, execution of the plan. On May 21st, 1924, the plan went into motion. Bobby Franks, a 14-year-old boy, became their victim, not out of hatred or revenge, but because he fit the profile: young, vulnerable, and known to them. They offered him a ride. Trusting and unsuspecting, he accepted. The two young men carried out their plan, transporting him to a remote location outside the city. Every action was calculated, but small oversights would soon unravel their ambitions. The critical mistake: their supposed perfection faltered. A pair of rare, custom-made eyeglasses was left behind, a traceable clue. Within hours, investigators identified the owner, Nathan Leopold. The perfect crime was unraveling. Every planning session, every rehearsal, every step, rendered meaningless by one overlooked detail. Faced with evidence, Leopold and Loeb confessed. The public was shocked. Two privileged, educated teens had committed murder for intellectual curiosity. Newspapers dubbed it the crime of the century. Crowds gathered, and the story dominated headlines. The narrative became about not just a crime, but about youth, privilege, and the boundaries of morality. The trial captivated the nation. Clarence Darrow, one of America's greatest lawyers, defended them, not to prove innocence, but to save their lives. Darrow delivered a marathon speech against capital punishment, arguing that these young men were shaped by environment, youth, and psychological forces, rather than innate evil. The courtroom drama became a moral debate: intellect versus justice, philosophy versus law. In September 1924, the verdict was life imprisonment for both. The perfect crime had failed, not through chance, but because human error and arrogance are impossible to escape. Leopold and Loeb became a cautionary tale. Brilliance untempered by empathy is not genius, it is danger. The legacy of the case still shapes discussions on morality, privilege, and the law. They believed they were above humanity. History proved otherwise. The perfect crime was never perfect, only a warning of what happens when intellect meets arrogance. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like the video. Subscribe to the channel for more true crime stories. And join us next time as we unravel another mystery that refuses to stay buried.